if there's music playing.
I do it very quickly.
For me, it's all about looking natural.
Do you want something soft to sit on?
Yeah, smooth me.
We're here! So, we're back 1 week after.
Yes.
And I think we could just go straight to our questions, right?
Oh.
What have you done this week?
I talked with Mia and Kaisa yesterday on Facetime.
Oh, who is Mia and Kaisa?
They are my best friends above all, but they're also my exes. And our mutual friends.
Yes. Basically, you had a FaceTime call with your exes. It's good to have a good relation with your exes.
As weird as it sounds, they are my family.
Yeah.
They're not even best friends. We have a deeper connection. Familia.
La familia.
So Jorge,
Yes.
what have you done this week?
I've been taking walks as much as I can with a very particular twist that I'll talk about later. And I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking about this space also, what we're doing with it. I've been telling you this, but I'm gonna say it again. My goal with this whole thing is that we make something that people feel comfortable listening to. Comfortable to the extent that you do it when you're even not paying attention to us, but that you want to just play these things and like while you're cleaning your apartment or you're folding your laundry. I just want it to be like a comfortable space.
Yeah. Comfort food, but
Yeah,
for
exactly.
your soul.
Exactly. Just play our videos in the background.
What have you seen?
I'm gonna keep talking about my walks. I saw the city, that's the answer to my question. I saw Stockholm. You know, like I talked last week that I'm getting like museum nostalgia and like before pandemic nostalgia. That something that I did very consciously this week is walking around and starting looking at the city almost as if it was a museum.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you really pay attention to the architecture, the design.
And they
the
are
things.
gorgeous.
Oh my god! Like that's the thing. One thing I can say is how much I love this city. Like it's like I think Stockholm is such a beautiful place. It's an overwhelming thought when you actually realize that, I mean, a city is absolutely a human-made thing. So whatever you look, someone thought about it, someone designed it, someone worked to make it real. It's a very fun exercise to do, to just like consciously walk around and pay attention to all the little details. That is basically what I have seen this week. What have you seen this week?
I've been watching specifically like series, and one series that I really want to recommend everyone is a Norwegian series called Delete Me.
Delete Me.
Delete Me. Instead of going from beginning to end, they're going from the end to beginning, but jumping a lot. Everything is so good looking about this series.
You mean aesthetically?
Aesthetically, like every frame is like a photograph, and they have used certain type of colors. It's a series about how sexual content from videos can be spread so easily, like involuntarily.
Yeah. But did you get hooked on the story, or did you get more hooked on the aesthetics? Both. I would say Norway makes pretty good TV.
They do.
They make so good TV shows, like from all the different genres. There's also something about the Norwegian language.
Yeah, I really enjoy listening to it.
Comfortable.
Norway, we love you.
We love Norway.
Denmark.
We love you too.
No. I really love actually Denmark also.
Seriously, Copenhagen, beautiful city.
Yeah.
Actually, beautiful city.
Maybe we were
Super
thinking
good
a little bit
nightlife.
on the language.
We love it also. Good.
Yes. Question number 3.
What have you heard this week?
Remember last week when you wanted to talk about dystopia?
Yes. You know, I forgot to mention one thing, which
Okay.
is I also heard a podcast. You know, Dystopia?
Yeah, I love that
exactly.
one. And then you didn't want to talk about this.
We didn't talk
dystopia.
about it. I don't know if we need to talk about it.
Okay. I got really in the mood to listen to Dystopia then.
Good. It's a good podcast.
And this one was about manskrisen. It's about the crisis of men and masculinity. And what will happen when more and more men feel miserable and alone. There's this group of men that call themselves incels.
Wow.
Involuntarily celibacy. Have you heard about it?
Yes, this is gonna cause a lot of hate on our video.
It was really interesting because not all men.
Hashtag not all men.
They have-
We're getting very deep waters here.
Why am I talking about this? How I have always thought that masculinity is super interesting subject.
Yes, the fact that masculinity is making those subjects feel in a very particular way that they become so isolated and then even react in particular ways. And I would say react in very particular violent ways. Then it really requires a lot of our attention to like what is happening with masculinity right now.
Yes.
Masculinities, let's study them, let's talk more about them. Let's move to the next question.
What have you heard?
Music. We haven't talked about music in this whole.
So true. What is Jorge's music type?
There's basically two genres that come in mind to me. That
Can I
listen
guess?
to. Yes.
Classical. I think you listen to classical. You must like some Russian ballet.
That was a very wrong guess. I never listen to classical music. I think there's a very specific reason for that, which is to me, classical music means ballet. I'm a super big fan of ballet. I grew up with it, so to me it's like I cannot disconnect ballet from classical. So what do I listen to? There's basically two genres, and I'm that plastic. Pop music, and I listen to EDM, electronic dance music. I listen to basically the music that you would listen to when you go to a summer festival. And that's exactly my point today with what I've been listening to. I was listening to the newest track by Alesso. You know, Alesso is a Swedish DJ. And I do find a common thread on her latest singles, but I feel that they're all turning very much into pop.
Deep water, Jorge, deep water.
Yes! You know what I start thinking about this, which is like, what is the consequences of this situation that we're in right now? Since they are not playing festivals, because there are no festivals right now, so you don't need to expect the, you know, the big beat drop. You don't need to expect the big drop because there's nobody dancing to this. I have been really thinking about what this situation is doing to music. What is going to happen with the nightlife when everything comes back? You know, right now there is no nightlife in pretty much any country. I mean, is it going to be the same? So, that was it for what have we heard. The last question of the day.
I've been reading is because I'm a proud member of Djurens Rätt. It's an animal rights organization.
In Sweden.
In Sweden. They are now starting a new campaign for the chickens because they are the most common land animal that we slaughter. But I'm gonna tell some interesting facts about chickens.
Okay.
That did you know, for example, they are communicating in language to each other. When you hear this, they're not just like, they have all the time a meaning and a reason for saying exactly the sound that they're sounding.
Is it?
Yes.
A scientific fact.
This is a scientific fact. Read yourself. It's from Per Jensen is an ethnologue. What is that in English? Ethnologue.
Ethnologist.
And he's been researching about hens and chickens. They actually make a different sound if the predator is coming from there or there to inform the other chickens. A lot of people have this kind of idea of chickens to be stupid and not thinking, but they are actually very sensitive and smart creatures.
Yeah.
And they can actually predict and have expectation about their near future. And they can do mathematic up to 15, like add and sub.
How can they do that?
I don't know.
I have only one point about chickens. They're very cute.
Yeah.
They are very cute. But I actually don't eat chicken.
That's awesome because they actually have it very harsh in the industry. They have really be deprived from their natural way of being.
Even if you consume eggs, in a lot of the cases, they just have them in these tiny spaces, just producing eggs the whole time. Well, they don't have any possibility to move and so on. Now, I'm sure Minerva is going to tell you, do not eat eggs, for example. I'm not going to tell you that, but I'm going to tell you, if you consume eggs, at least go for free-range eggs. Like, at least check that they can go out, she's gonna kill me.
I'm just gonna say that actually it's not that much difference. They have it very tight, even though they're free.
Absolutely,
they are like
yes.
this tight. I understand a lot of people eating egg and dairy because they think that no animals are getting killed, but that's actually not the case.
You know what I remember? In the last Pride, it was actually Djurens Rätt that had.
Yeah.
They had this simulation that you put on these VR glasses. And it would be like if you were a chicken in the chicken meat processing factory. So it was, but it was actually quite telling because you were at the level. So it was like at the level of a chicken, and you would see these giants coming and plucking you basically, and the whole process. So it was like, and you would experience it via VR, which was actually quite terrifying. If you speak Swedish, follow their campaign on how to substitute chicken for something else.
Final question of the today.
Make it quick and short.
No!
Jorge,
Yes?
what have you read?
Oh my god! This is my favorite question. I'm gonna talk about a book today.
Talk about the book then.
So, again, I have the book with me. Yay! This is actually a book that was recommended to me via Instagram. It's called My Cat Yugoslavia. You can find it in English, you can find it in Swedish, and most importantly, you can find it in Finnish, because this is a Finnish book from author Paitim Statovci. His origin is from Kosovo, but I would say he's now a very much active part of the Finnish literary world. And I would have to say, I consider myself to be a great fan of everything Finland. Like, I love Finnish design, Finnish art, the Finnish museums are amazing.
Finnish
the Finnish
boys.
The Finnish nightlife. So I think I'm the biggest fan of everything that comes from Finland, like my boyfriend. But I'm gonna talk about this book, and it's about a cat, as you can expect it. There's a cat in the cover. There's no spoiler here, you can keep listening. This is a cat that the main character meets in a gay club. It's a cat that talks and sings to Lady Gaga and Cher. But the cat is a homophobic, xenophobic, self-hating, other-hating cat. I would say the main character, he gets bullied by the cat. As a criticism to the book, it does leave a little bit of threads open. To me, it was a little bit hard to connect, I would say, with the main character. Going back to Masculinities, I would say the character that you could not connect with, but at least understand very easily, would be the father of the main character, which is just assumed to be, I would say, like a one-directional character, just like this kind of guy that believes in one single truth and he follows that during the whole story. What I really like, it's mainly also the whole immigration experience, in terms of someone moving to a different country and then being part of that country, but still wondering where their place is.
How many chickens do you give it?
How many chickens do I give this book?
1 to 5.
1 to 5 chickens. I would give this book 3.5 chickens.
Okay.
3.5 chickens. It made me wonder a lot about the Finnish literary world. Like, I'm actually now craving for more Finnish literature. We're done.
We're done.
I think we're done for today. We did it!
Good job, Jorge.
Very good job, Minerva. We'll see each other next week. So, everybody, remember that you have to
Like
and subscribe and click the bell.